Hey everyone, what's going on? Phoenix here. Today we are doing the Rushck aspect of Grael. This quest is limited from level 1 to 100, and it is one of two quests where you get a title that is level restricted. So you have to do this quest if you want every title before level 100. We're going to go to Lord Priovar. It's a short run from Stonehold. He's going to give you some coordinates for a dungeon, and we're going to run there. Now, I do want to note we are doing this as part of Levistrous Season 1. We got 17 people through this quest. So most people in the most janky armor. It reminded me of Retail so much. Had a ton of fun. Really been enjoying this Season 1 content so far. Definitely check out my video on that if you are interested in it. This dungeon is a little bit complicated, but basically we're going to go down 2 flights of stairs, and then from there we're going to head south and then east. There's a lot of different Rushck monsters in this dungeon. Not really that difficult. I mean, I'm just using a fire Atlan with a major smoldering stone in it, so I don't really have good gear at all. I'm using a lot of starter equipment, but we do have 17 people, and there's not that many monsters, so that does make a difference. Kind of taking our time, killing everything as we go, just so we don't lose anybody. We actually had someone who was like in their level 30. We had someone in their 40s on this. I think my character is level 88 or 89 going through this. So a wide range of characters. We only had 1 death on this quest, and it was at a kind of predictable moment that maybe you could guess if you've run this quest before. So we're making our way down the steps, continuing down the hallways. Pretty linear at this point, not many choices. Down the steps again, through the varied rooms. Don't really need to kill here if we want to, but we're going to just make sure we don't lose anybody. Continuing west through the central corridor. Like, my utility belt map is just going crazy with the amount of names that are on it. I absolutely love it. This was a ton of fun. Continuing north now, ignoring the side passages down into this big central room. And this can be a little bit confusing because you're used to just going down, down, down. But now you're going to go up one of these 2 ramps to the north. Doesn't matter which one. Through some windy, loopy hallways, but continuing north. Now we're going to loop back around to the south. The paths come back together, so again, it doesn't matter which way you went. Then west and down into this last big room. One of these, Rushck drops a key to the door to the west. So we'll just clear this room, grab the key, and then open the Darakost vault. Make our way through the door, and then at the bottom is a Nemesine Minozome type thing that will spawn on the floor. Every person in the party has to grab one, unfinished Darakost phylactery, and then we're going to head back to Lord Priovar near Stonehold. Hand the Nemesine over to Lord Priovar. He'll give you some new coordinates for the Black Spear Temple. You're going to gather your party again and make your way down into the dungeon to the east. Got to do the slow walk, make sure everybody gets going. Then we're going to make our way southeast in the dungeon. Heading east down the ramp. And then south. fighting the Rushck as we go, just again to make sure nobody dies. The spawns are pretty sparse in here, so it's definitely the type of dungeon that you could run through. We were just being extraordinarily careful. Now at this point, we're going to come around the corner and we're going to be at the part where, if you guessed it, let me know in the comments, but this is where we had our first death. This is the rock section of the dungeon. There's one of these in each Grael quest, and there's just rocks falling from the ceiling. If you get hit by one, you're dead. So in this one, you have to run through and then jump down, avoiding the rocks, not ignoring them. Jump down again, so there's 2 jumps down. I almost ran into that rock there, but you can just kind of run around them and then jump down a 3rd time, and then at this point you are safe. Once everyone has made it through, we're going to head northeast out of that safe spot. And east at the split here, into a large room where we're going to head north after clearing the Rushck. Then west out of that room at the bottom. Follow the path. It's linear into the next open large room. Head down to the south. And then we're going to exit the room to the west. And going right at the split, and then left. Now the path is going to go down and then back up again. This is very similar to the Mukir aspect of Grael Quest. Now, these dungeons are not exactly the same, so if you're following directions, definitely make sure you're following the ones specific to this dungeon and not the Mukir aspect of Grael ones. That's the one that's run the most. That's the 150 plus version. At the bottom, there's going to be a split, but you're going to want to go straight. Turn right, then left, then right. This is the most confusing part of the dungeon. So you're going to make sure you follow these directions pretty closely. Right, and then left again. And then right a final time, and now the path is linear the rest of the way. I've really been enjoying playing this two-hander. It does a ton of damage. You're going to get to a big open room that you're going to want to not fall down in. You're going to make a full jump across. And then full jump back across again. If you do fall down, it teleports you somewhere else in the dungeon. I'm not 100% sure. You may have to run the whole thing again. You're definitely going to want to be careful to make this jump. Once everyone's across, it's linear again. And then you can go into Grael's chamber. This room is very similar to all of the other ones, but you can just progress forward through the hallway. Then there's a ledge here on top of a pit. You can jump down into the pit, and that's where the Rushck aspect of Grael will be. Make sure all my buffs are on. And there's the Rushck aspect of Grael. Pretty cool looking boss. Got some shadowy effects going on. 50,000 health for level, all characters under level 100 is quite a bit. But once he's vulned, I was critting for around 400 every swing, sometimes twice a swing. And then something happened here where he was vulned at the end, and then I was hitting for 1,000. And he just melted after that. Now I don't have healing on this character, so I gotta chug meats, and there you go, there's the 1100 hit. You're gonna grab a key and a shard of the spear, and then head into the trophy room. The key goes to the Black Marrow reliquary looking things, ancient reliquary. You're gonna get a guaranteed tier 1 or 2 rare from these chests, and an MMD, which is pretty cool, along with some other loot. And then when you're done, you can hit the surface portal, and the spear goes to Lord Priovar again. Get some experience, got a leveled up to 90, which is pretty cool. And then gives you a token, which goes to Lamord and Loshi in Ayan Bakur, where you're gonna get a title for completing the quest. That's gonna be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying this Levistress Season 1, and shout out to everybody that came along on this quest. It was super fun to run it with everybody. I love the turnout. I love the way everything looks. It just feels like a big retail quest with so many people. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Bye.